Me and Sydney, that was my ditch buddy. In high school, we played football, and he's dead now. Rest in peace. We were supposed to, every year the senior, they have this trip where they go to Magic Mountain, and we were like, we gonna look fly. Because niggas, we gotta have new sneakers. You gotta. So it was like, and I had saved up some money. My mother gave me some money. Sydney had some money, but we were like, fuck spending this money. We save this money, and we can just go to Magic Mountain. We'll have more money in Magic Mountain. So he's like, so what we gonna do? I was like, fuck, just take that shit. We go up to Walker Scott. It was a store in the mall in College Grove. So we go up there, and we start taking shit. This is over a week, So what we do is you go into the dressing rooms back then, which you say like you wear a shirt that you don't like. You take a couple clothes into the dressing room, and you take your shit off, put it on the hanger, put that shit on, and you're like, put it back. So we had, did a couple, like, let's go one more time to get some shoes. So I put the shoes on, I'm walking out, and Sydney had got his shit and walked out already. So I'm walking out, and they had these, these fucking undercover motherfuckers. They just fuck. Can I talk to you for a second? I was like, yeah, what's up? Come here. Where the fuck we going? Take you to a back room. Where'd you get those shoes from? They're my shoes. I wore them in. They're brand new fucking shoes. I know they're brand new fucking shoes. What's your name? Michael Williams.
Right.
That was me and Sydney's joke. That was my alias, Michael Williams. It's like, just like, where'd you get Michael Williams from? It's Michael Williams. You don't know what's going on. You going, okay, they're like, okay, here, you got your shoes back, let me go. No, motherfucker, you going to juvenile hall. Juvenile hall. When the police came, that's when I was like, fuck, they serious about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, I grew up in a middle class, we wasn't poor. You know what I'm saying? My parents worked, everybody in my neighborhood, family worked. And everybody in my neighborhood ended up being criminals. And I don't know how that happened. I guess, I don't know, because we were spoiled. It wasn't like we had one of those black stories, like we didn't have chicken, we had to eat rocks and soup and all that bullshit. We was eating steak, and my father drove a Jaguar in 1979. They were good, So, the police come, and you're in the back of the car, and it's like, oh shit, you got handcuffs on, and you're being led out, and motherfuckers like, oh, and motherfuckers is like, It was motherfuckers. I remember this lady looking at me like, I was like, okay. And Sydney's in his Volkswagen waiting for me, like tucking down, and I'm not gonna rat my boy out. So I'm saying, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's. I'm thinking, okay, who do I call? There's before cell phones and all that shit. So they take me to juvenile hall under Michael Williams. I'm like 14, 15. I'm doing stand-up comedy too. I had just started, yeah. That's crazy. So they take me to juvenile hall, and it's jail. But it's like, because they have holding cells for big motherfuckers that just shot somebody and they don't know what to do with, and then they got Joe punk ass who just stole some shoes and you had the money in your pocket. So you go in there and they close the cell and you're like, okay, let me tell you my real name. I was just bullshitting, let me tell you my real name. You mean you're not Michael Williams? No, my real name is Faizon Love. Oh shit! I was like, no, that's my real name, man. You're telling me you're not Michael Williams, you're Faizon Love. Yeah, I'm Faizon Love. I remember the cop looking at me like, what? My real name is Faizon Love. So he said, I'm gonna let you go think about this. So I go back to the cell. You know, in jail, they always got some motherfucker telling you what's what and what's this. And, you know, this guy's probably he's a little older than me. He's like, man, they'll give you just a year on that fake name shit. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, they give you a year. I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, damn. So he's telling me how it is and all this shit. And then then they feed you, right? They feed you coffee and burritos and shit. So I'm eating, I'm hungry as a motherfucker. And I got a shit. But it's the toilets in front of everything. I'm like, it's my first time in jail, so I'm like, I got a shit. So I'm like, I got a shit. And I go, the toilet's right there. I'm like, I'm not shitting right there. I'm not taking a shit right there. He's like, where you gonna shit? I'm gonna ask. I was like, yo, jailer. He's like, what? Faizon Love? I gotta take a shit. He goes, what do you think the thing is over there for? You want me to just shit in front of everybody? I was like, oh man, I confess. What you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I mean, I did it. That's my real name, and you know, I'm like, fuck, I got a shit. I'm nervous now. I'm like, I'm not shitting. So one guy goes and it demonstrates how easy it is to shit. I'm like, so they come out and they gotta classify me. Classifying is like, what gang are you from and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, he says, well, what's your name? Da, da, da. And I don't have a record at this point or anything. How old are you? We got to call your parents because you're a certain age. Okay, cool. They call my mama. And my mom was like, what? And she said, hi. And the guy's like, I'm calling you from the, I think it was Mira Mesa juvenile detention and da 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 da. And I was glad he called my mom because he called my pops. It's a rap. Like, oh shit, this motherfucker. I got to deal with this motherfucker. I was already on bad terms and shit. I was like, I was like, damn. I was like, who? I remember asking the cop, who is it? He's like, it's your mother. Oh, good, Jesus. So she was like, what? It's like, what the fuck you done did? I was like, I stole some shoes. Boy, I gave you the money. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Can you just go get me because I got this shit? So I'm sitting there trying to hold in my shit. Waiting for my mother to come. And she comes down there and she comes out and, they release her under me. And she starts fucking slapping the shit out of me. And she goes, and I'm like, I'm praying to God she don't hit me in my stomach. I'm just praying. It's like, pow. I'm like, okay, can we just stop? So, yeah. But What's funny about it, my mom being, because the next day was Saturday or something. It was Saturday. She let me go to the fucking Magic Mountain